Alright guys, it's Justin again with another kit review. This time it's going to be the high-end Master Model Kotobukiya Zoids Command Wolf. This is the older version. This comes in two different versions. This is the white one, and the other one is the Brad something version. This one is kind of like a standalone kit. The other one is from Zoids, the cartoon series where they were in the tournament and stuff like that. I believe it was often referred to as Chaotic Future or something like that, because I know that Chaotic Century was it had more of a story, and the other one was just kind of based around the tournament. So this one is just kind of its own thing. It's its own standalone from what I understand. I'm not totally sure. I'm not well versed in Zoids, so if anybody who knows anything about them would like to go ahead and correct me, please feel free to do so. This kit was a real joy to build in some areas. It was definitely a huge departure from your standard Bandai kits. I feel like Bandai does a little bit of hand-holding as far as instructions are concerned, and that's not a bad thing. It's really nice that Bandai instructions are pretty easy to follow, and it's pretty easy to identify what parts go where, and it really helps with just getting construction done, especially if you're going to paint it and take it apart later. Things sort of fall into a pattern, and you start to realize what goes where more often than not before you even cut that piece off the runner and look at the instructions, and that's nice. I think that's really cool, and I'm not sure if it's because of the nature of this build, because this is more of an animal type mech, or if it's because it's a Kotobukiya thing, but I had a little bit harder of a time following the instructions with this one. It wasn't difficult, but you definitely have to pay more attention. And some of their engineering, I believe, leaves a little bit to be desired. So, a friend of mine on YouTube wanted to see some more shots of this guy, and I was going to shoot a review anyway, so I just figured I'd do a quick 360, and you get a good look at it and see what's going on with it, and you know, all the details and stuff on here. These pipes on the bottom keep popping out, so I'm just going to leave them out for the sake of the review. But you know, he looks really good with no weapons, and I believe once I've painted everything, I'm going to display him without weapons, because I don't really like the included cannons and stuff like that. I like him like this. This is actually the whole reason I bought the kit, is to display him like this. So, with that being said, I wanted to go ahead and go in articulation, and you guys can see what moves and what doesn't move. The first thing I wanted to touch on is the cockpit hatch opens, and the thing inside the control panel actually moves as well, and you can put a little guy inside there. I haven't put him together yet because he requires paint and glue and all that good stuff, so I figured I'd do all that at once. The head itself is on a hinge, moves up and down. Then the neck down here is also on a hinge and on a joint, so you're going to get a little bit of movement. Your total up movement is going to be enough to look up, but nothing too crazy. The waist is on a hinge and another hinge. Really, it's not a ball joint. It's a hinge this way. Oh god, the whole thing's falling apart. It's a hinge this, like a peg like this, and then a peg going this way, so he can turn both separate ways, and that works really well. Plug these back in. I don't know why all those came out. That's never happened before. All the legs are different, or not different, but the legs will do pretty much a full 360. You got to do a little bit of wiggling around, but they do it. Your legs will bend in about this far, not quite 90, but just about. And the ankles are on double joints as well. I don't know why they don't just use ball joints, but whatever. And then the toe will actually move on its own independently. And the armor around the ankle moves as well. And this needs to stop falling off. I have to do a lot of gluing, I can see it already. These armor panels as well have a little bit of articulation on them, so when the arm isn't bent forward, these will move a little bit. The hind legs fall off, but they pretty much follow a lot of the same stuff. There's a joint up here. The armor plate moves independently. You're gonna get a bend in the opposite direction. and the ankle is the exact same as the front. So plug that back in. Now, move these. The legs also will not move. Well, I guess they will go 360. They require a little bit more movement, but they will move 360. The tail goes up and down, a little bit of side to side. Wow, this whole guy is falling apart. Oh, but that's it for articulation on this guy. As you can already tell, Kotobukiya doesn't use the best quality plastic, so as far as assembling, disassembling, and things staying together, sometimes you're going to get a little bit of trouble. But hopefully after I paint everything and glue everything in and stuff like that, that won't be an issue anymore. Fingers crossed. So as for weapons and accessories, you're not gonna get a whole bunch with this guy. The main thing here is you're gonna get this little cradle, and I believe that the way this works the way it does is because I think you can interchange weapons between Zoids kits, and that's something that's kind of appealing about these guys, is that you know, this is sort of like a grunt suit, if you will, and what you do is you plug the little cradle into the back here, this little plug there, and it fits in nicely. And then the included weapon on this one is like I think it's a 120mm cannon, a dual 120mm cannon, something like that. And it's got an opening cockpit as well, and it came with its own pilot figure. And it just has two little slots and this little fin here, and they plug right in to that. And everything. Oh, okay. I am not liking the way this review is going, but it's nice that you guys can kind of see what this whole thing entails, I guess. And hopefully this doesn't deter you from trying one of these kits. If you can find them for a decent price, they're definitely worth checking one out. It's something very different. It's something that I enjoyed building, and it's something I'm going to enjoy painting, because you can see there's a lot of detail carved into the legs and stuff like that, and it's going to be a lot of fun to paint. But if you're looking for a straight build, something that's going to stay together, something you're going to play with, definitely don't recommend this. But your guns, they rotate, not full 360, because, well, I guess it does rotate a 360. Okay, so the tailpipes will get a little bit in the way when you're trying to pose the guns like this. I might have them upside down, so that might be part of that. But they do move up and down, and depending on where you've got it, you can't get a full 360 obviously, but you can get a really good range of motion out of it. And he doesn't look bad with the guns on. I don't really care for it too much, but like I said, I bought the guy to pose just as by himself. Well, that's been my look at the high-end master model Zoids Command Wolf. He's a really cool model. There's another version that's blue. He comes with some more decals and a slightly different back piece. But I like the white one better, and I looked for it, and I found it. Got a good deal on it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.